Since I'm going to talk, I may as well take my mask off. When you're sick, it's actually comforting to put a mask on. It's the weirdest thing, but at least to me, anyways, it's comforting. But I'm making some onion and vegetable soup today. Um, I'm not feeling good. I got sick at my job yesterday because somebody else was sick. Some people come to work sick. It's not very nice, but they do. And the nature of my job means I have to kind of be close to people sometimes that are ill. And I was. And so, bingo, here we go. Ugh. But I thought I'd come on and chat with you guys about some things and make my onion soup and throw my vegetables into it so that I can combat whatever this stupid yucky illness is. Definitely going to church tomorrow with a mask on so I can get hands laid on me and get healed, because thankfully we have an extra day this week. We don't have to work on Monday because it's Labor Day, and some places don't require that, and mine doesn't, so I won't have to go into work Monday, which is awesome, especially feeling like this. I was just watching and listening to Phil's 2 live streams from last night. It's really weird because there's hardly anybody ever on anymore, and then all of a sudden something will just pop up on my screen in retro. Like, it doesn't warn me or tell me that it's on. I just get it after the fact. All I can say is I will never, for the life of me, and maybe it's because of my spiritual beliefs, I don't know, but I do not understand why you cannot get your point across without using foul, nasty, R-rated language. I don't understand it. I still like you, Phil. I disagree with the way you present things. Human beings are not a C word, meaning a vile part of the female anatomy. People are not that. I understand you get mad. I understand you get frustrated. I don't understand why you have to call people names like that are just absolutely entertainment industry vile. The vile side of it. But yeah, I still like you as a person. I still enjoy your live streams sometimes. But I'm just expressing my opinion. I don't agree with it. I see no reason for it. I'll be right back. Gotta put these onions in here and get them going in the Instant Pot here. So, I'm hoping that I remembered to, hold on. Where is it? I'm hoping that I remembered to put the chat on so people can chat. If you guys can chat, can you just let me know you're here, just so I know that the chat is working? Just say hey or something so I know. Otherwise I won't know if you can hear me or not. Then that would be not a good thing, since it is a chat and I'm supposed to be able to see your chat comments. But I'm pretty sure I engaged the chat, but I may not have, and I don't want to sit here and talk to myself the whole entire time. So I might end up going out and coming back in if somebody doesn't let me know you're in the chat. I'll give it a few minutes. Anyway, yeah, that was kind of like, oh, hey, hi, LaGrace, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You don't have to say anything more than that if you don't want to. I know a lot of people don't enjoy chatting in my chat because of the powers that be that watch and decide to troll and wreak havoc all over the YouTube universe. I get it. I totally understand that. Anyway. Yeah, and I'm not gonna harp on you, Phil. I'm not. Because like I said, I do like you. I don't see a reason why you have to be so vile in your discussing people. I've also discussed some of the people, not all of them, but certain ones that have a addiction issue and decide to come on here in that state of mind that make a fool of themselves every time they do, which also is not necessary, because that person can be a good person, and I dealt with them way, way back when I first came on YouTube Live. And they actually were pretty helpful and supportive of me back then, but they weren't in the inebriated and addicted state of mind that they seem to be in almost all the time on YouTube anymore. And I guess they go into places where people just ignore it and act like they're totally in their right state of mind, which blows my mind also. I realize this is not a Bible study on YouTube. This is not like going to choir practice where we are like minded and we honor God and we pray together and we read the Bible and we quote Bible verses and we share Bible verses and we encourage each other. I can't expect that on YouTube. It's just unrealistic. I realize that now. I think I realized it all the time, but I really realized it now. But just having a little bit of couth would be great. Oh, hold on. I gotta treat my cat's eye. Hi, Mary. Oh, thank you. I hope I do too. I will be right back. I gotta get some medicine for my cat. Hi, Moke Doke Doke. You've got an eye infection, huh, baby? I understand. Let mommy treat it, okay? Come here. Come here, it's okay. Good girl. Okay, come on. There you go. Okay, you're done. Run away. Run away and hide. Mommy's got the ointment. Okay, anyway. You're okay, Moke Moke. Mommy just wants your eyes to feel better. I wasn't trying to harass you, I promise. I'm gonna wash my hands. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. I haven't seen a whole lot on YouTube lately to really comment on, other than Phil's 2 live streams that were on there. Yeah, there's the usual. Did Pandy start this, or is Pandy responsible for that? I don't think Pandy's even around on YouTube much anymore. I think she went to different horizons where she's doing whatever she's doing. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that. I hope Laura is doing well. I know she's having some struggles and she's in my prayers. I don't get into all the goofy stuff on here like I used to as much. I'll give opinions, as you know, but it's really not my bag. Don't know anything about Evelyn or what she's doing or not doing. Don't really. I'm not affected by it in any way, shape, or form. I literally work every day, so I am gone from like 7 till about almost 4 sometimes. I'm not here. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to get better right now. It's just basically the ick in my throat and a sore throat. It's not like the end of the world. I don't have anything super serious. I'm sure it's just a viral yuck going around. Which is interesting because I just got done being treated for bacterial infection and now I have a viral thing going on. So, fun times. Woohoo. Anyway, I am throwing a little bit of this Chipotle plant-based chicken in with my soup that I'm making with some veggies, and I'm steeping some onions in the Instant Pot over here. Because onions are supposed to be very, very good when you are sick. So I decided to put that to the test. Why not? I'm feeling icky, so I may as well give it a go and see if these onions are really all they're cracked up to be. So I have quite a few of them here in the pot. There we go. See, quite a few. Got some red ones and some white ones and some yellow ones. I don't know if I have white. I think it's just red and yellow ones. So I'm just letting that sit in the pot with no water, just soaking out the juices so that later I can add water and actually make it into a soup with some vegetables and stuff. I just got done watching a really good Netflix documentary on the blue zones and why people live as long as they do. Although I venture to say some people on YouTube probably really don't have that aspiration to live very long. They're probably like, just eat, drink, and be merry and cause up a storm until we die and whatever. If we die, we die and it's our time to go. And, I imagine that's how a lot of people on here feel. just by basis of their behavior and the way they talk about other people. Um, that's no one person. There's many of y'all on here that could apply to, I'm sure. As far as my health goes, overall, I'm very healthy, other than this stupid viral thing I contracted at work. Um, I am the lowest weight I've been in quite some time. I have been alternating high fat, low fat, and high carb, low carb every day. So today is high carb day. Tomorrow will be high fat day, low carb. Just opposite. When it's high fat, it's low carb. When it's low fat, it's high carb. So today is high carb, low fat. And that's what I'm doing, and it seems to be getting me to break that plateau, which makes me super happy. I did achieve, hold on. I did achieve my goal, which was to weigh anywhere from 177 to 180 pounds by the, let's see, 29th of August. I think I was around like let's see, 29th would have been when? 2 days ago? Yeah, I was around 179, 180 by then. So this works. When you write down your goals, it works. Just saying. Okay, anyway. So what's new? What's going on with everybody? Talk to me. Tell me what's happening. My foster mom just had her second hip replacement, so she is at home recovering, and I feel awful for her because she can't take anything other than Tylenol for the pain, and that has got to be absolutely grueling at times. I can't even imagine having a metal or steel thing inserted into your hip with a ball joint type thing, and then being sewn back up and then sent home with only Tylenol. First of all, Tylenol does not work for me, one iota. You may as well just give me water, because it's like taking a water pill. And I don't mean like a water pill diuretic. I mean like a pill. If you could pop it in a capsule with water, that would be what Tylenol does for me. Absolutely nothing. But that's all she can take because of all her extensive other surgeries, that when she takes any type of other painkiller, it makes her very sick, like violently sick. So I feel awful for her. Sadly, there has been a lot of, hey Dana, banana, there has been a lot of tragedy in my life lately. Well, first of all, my cousin recently lost her husband. He had an injury to his foot. He fell down the stairs. It was dimly lit. Oh, yikes. I'm glad you're okay, Mary. I'm so sorry to hear that. The area was dimly lit. He hurt his foot. It got infected. He could not get into the doctor on time. It became badly infected. He finally got into the surgery, and by that time, I guess it just took its toll on his body, and he ended up dying. So that was my cousin's husband. And then my cousin's son, I think from the same family, got hit by a car yesterday or recently. He's okay. He had some broken bones, I guess, in his foot, and got injured in a couple other ways, but nothing super serious. Praise Yahweh above for that. And then yesterday, my daughter Amber said, Mom, did you hear the news about Shawnee? Shawnee is my first ex-husband's cousin, but he doesn't acknowledge her as his cousin because of all the 13 kids that she has. She was closer to me than she was to him. I kind of raised her for a year of her life before she met her husband and got married and had her first child. I was her midwife part of the time for her first child. So I'm very close to Shawnee. She's done a lot of my computer work and stuff with me. Anyway, Amber messaged me and said, Mom, did you hear about Shawnee? And I said, no. She goes, go on Facebook. So I went on Facebook, and there was a news announcement, a news post, whatever, that her son Brighton, age 12, was ran over by a car and killed. Brighton and her youngest son, the youngest of the 13 kids, I guess were walking to school trying to get to the bus stop, and a dog started chasing them. I don't know what kind of dog it was. I don't know if it was a pit bull or a chihuahua. I have no idea. Some dog was chasing them, and I guess the older boy ran up ahead to get to the bus stop, and a Chevrolet came around the corner and ran him over. And yeah. What I found really odd was usually the older kid protects the younger kid in her family. It was kind of weird that her son ran up ahead. I don't quite understand why, the dynamic that ensued there. Um, yeah, it's just, she messaged me and said, Brighton's gone. And I said, I know. And I tried to comfort her as best as I could. I cried a lot yesterday. I'm not going to cry now, because probably the tears and the anguish and everything I went through yesterday probably made me even sicker than I was already starting to get, which makes it a little bit hard to talk at times. But um, yeah, Matthew's not feeling good either, so he's in the other room kind of chilling. And I'm just, like I said, making some good vegetable soup with some good onion broth to hopefully get rid of this yuck. No, I'm not losing hope, not at all. That's why I said tomorrow I will be at church. I will be wearing a mask, but I will be at church and I will have hands laid on me to get this garbage off of me, because honestly, I ended up at this church when I had a really bad virus that I can't mention on here because of the powers that be in YouTube that like to knock off my stuff if I mention it. Um, I had watched a video, live broadcast of the pastor of the church, and he was praying over people. And I put my hand on the screen and prayed, and I was healed like really quickly. Plus, somebody that was a friend at the time had supplied me with a medicine that I needed that my doctor refused to give me. And as a result, I ended my time at that doctor, switched to another doctor, and then ended my time there. And now I'm with a wonderful doctor practice who takes everything I say seriously, who actually gave me the medicine that I needed back when I was real sick with the virus, because my asthma has gotten worse because of that virus. And they just automatically said, hey, you don't need just a normal medicine, you need a specialized medicine for the asthma. So I'm now taking that specialized medicine from my doctor. So yay. But yeah, thankfully, people are good-hearted sometimes and care, even if it doesn't remain that way sometimes. People put people. I told you I don't feel good. God, Yahweh puts people in your path at a time when you need them, and moves them along when they're not needed sometimes, for different reasons, or sometimes you just part ways. I don't eat GMOs, absolutely not. I do not eat bioengineered ingredients in anything. If I see that label, it disgusts me. I get very upset, and I put back whatever it is. I've been known to hide GMO things behind other products because I hate the fact that there are human beings exposed to that junk. Um, yeah. No, I don't have bad days. I have bad experiences or trying experiences. I don't ever have a bad day because every day above the ground for me is a good day. So, no, I don't ever have bad days. Um, but anyway, that's pretty much what's going down with me. Maintaining a good attitude is important to me no matter what I'm going through. And I've been learning a lot about longevity. And I've been, like I said, when I came on here, I watched the special on the blue zones, which is on Netflix if you guys have it. It's called Living Till 100, something about investigating the blue zones or exploring the blue zones. And if you don't know what a blue zone is, it's places in the world where people live the longest. And they talk about why they live the longest. And my plan is to live past 100. That's my goal. Ah, gotcha. Okay, well, I'll take my chances with that. That's fine. Wouldn't be the first time. I mean, I have had videos removed, videos struck. People have struck my videos. YouTube has struck my videos. What's interesting is they're pretty choosy at who they strike, because I know somebody else that talked about the same thing I talked about, and they didn't get their channel struck. So I don't know why I was the lucky one or the special one to get my channel struck for saying the same thing. Who knows? Pick and choose, I guess. Just interesting how that all works. I'm going to get a pepper out. I would put some pepper in it because I think the capsaicin would be good too for the illnesses. I think I have some cabbage in here I'm going to chop up. Some tomatoes. Got a little bit of everything in here. Have some green onion I can put in it. Oh, are you? Mary, that's funny. Mary, you need to email me. I would like to hook you up with a couple things that I'm part of, if you might be interested. But email me at delusiondispeller@gmail.com. I'd love to get you aboard with me on some things, because it sounds like we're pretty like-minded in the way we think about things. Anyway, the blue zones, the people that live the longest, the reason they do is not just their diet, but a lot of other things, like the way they treat their elderly. They celebrate their elderly. They don't put them in nursing homes. They don't push them aside. They keep them active and help them feel like they're wanted and needed, and they value their wisdom and things like that. I mean, it basically boils down to, if you feel like you have a purpose in life, that's going to help you live longer, or at least want to live longer. Some people, anyway. Some people could care less. They're like, well, when my number's up, I'm ready to go. Yeah, so I get it. I respect that if that's how you feel, but that's not how I feel. I want to live as long as I can and enjoy every moment of it that I can. So I'm working on staying as healthy as I can, as long as I can as well. But anyway, so that's one thing, is just feeling valued and feeling like you have a purpose. Community is another reason why they live a long time. They have people that they hang out with, they play tennis with, they do fun things with, they laugh a lot. That was another thing they said, was laughter was so important. Just the happiness and the joviality and stuff like that. You know, I venture to say that people that frequent YouTube when people are angry or lashing out at others probably won't live a real long time, if that's their main fare on here. If what they're saying about the blue zones is true, it stands to reason that would not be beneficial to your well-being and your longevity. So, just saying. So, my ex-husband came here today and paid me a little bit towards renting out the shed. And he said, see those 2 bikes over there? If you and Matthew want to ride them, you can. He brought 2 very nice blue bikes. You guys have seen them sometimes when I go live. He brought them and he fixed them up. He put air in them. And apparently they work now. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be taking a spin on the bike pretty soon. Don't know about if it's going to be today or tomorrow or whenever I feel better. But that's also a way to get longevity, is exercise, movement, activity, staying active. The one thing they said that I truly do agree with is that people in the United States sit down way too much. We go from our car to an office, a lot of us. We come home and we sit down to eat. We sit down to be on our computers or to talk on the phone. And we're not active. We're not up and doing things and moving. Like, I don't even like sitting at doctor's offices. I'll get up and I'll pace. I hate sitting still, which is good because that helps you lose the weight. It helps you build up the muscle and the bones and stuff in your body. We weren't meant to sit for hours at a time. We weren't created that way. We were created to be active and moving and healthy and, you know, that. So, yeah. I don't know if I could say I learned a lot because I had known a lot of that stuff, but it was a very good review from what I do know about longevity and health and stuff. I did get the idea for some really good recipes I can eat. Like one of the, I should get my notes and just share them with you because, like, there's not a whole lot of people chatting right now. It'd be a good time to kind of share a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, so the Okinawans, we'll talk about them first. They laugh often, they're kind to everyone, they forgive quickly, they have fun. They eat legumes like lentils, that kind of thing. Sweet potatoes, especially the purple sweet potatoes, which by the way, I finally tried one. I think I told you that on one of my live streams. It was good. I mean, it was kind of a lighter taste than an orange sweet potato. That is one thing I will say. It did not taste like carrot cake like people have told me it does, at least not to me. Now, I didn't bake it, and people say, well, you gotta bake it to get that full effect of the carrot cake. Maybe if I get a hold of another one, I'll bake it, but I didn't feel like heating the house that day. It was very hot out. It was yummy, though. I did like the purple potato. If I would eat a lot of them, I don't know. I don't like the taste of it, the flavor of it. I'm used to the orange ones, and I really favor the orange ones a lot, so I don't know. I might try it again, probably. Um, but they eat those purple potatoes. They eat seaweed soup, which, yes, I have some seaweed sheets. I'm probably going to chop them up and put them in my soup because apparently it's really good for you. They eat tofu with cabbage and vegetables. I love tofu. It's like my new love of my life is tofu. There's so much you can do with tofu, believe it or not. You can add it to things, or you can just fry it up and eat it plain with a little bit of soy sauce or some coconut aminos. They have something called harahachi bu, which means stop when you are 80% full. They do that every meal. They just, apparently they say it, harahachi bu, not bowl, harahachi bu, meaning we're going to quit when we're 80% full. We're not going to keep on eating and forcing ourselves to eat stuff if we're not hungry. They don't sit often. They stand, they walk, they sit low down on the floor. They don't have a lot of furniture in their homes. They sit on the floor and then they stand up. My plan is to get a good carpet pad in here and a nice carpet so I can do that and not sit on the furniture so much. And then I'll be strengthening my legs every time I stand up and every time I squat to stand, just like they do. They never retire. If they are done with their job, they go into gardening, dancing, walking, working, doing something that they can do to help somebody, and have meaning in their life. To have a purpose is, like I said, what keeps you alive. They walk a lot, everywhere. So that was in Okinawa, Japan. Sardinia, Italy, which I spelled Sardia for some reason. Sardinia. They walk a lot. They walk more than they sit. They eat sourdough bread. That's probably one of their main breads, apparently. Sourdough bread lowers your glucose and it keeps it low, like in a healthy way. So you're not going to be diabetic because you're eating this bread. It's not like everyday bread that you normally have. I want to start making sourdough bread again. So if anybody has a sourdough starter idea for me, let me know. I'm probably going to end up looking it up anyway on TikTok, if not. Vegetable minestrone soup is another one of their favorites. Cauliflower, they eat that. They say to stay as unstressed as possible. Stress raises your cortisol level, which causes you to be unhealthy and not be able to take off the weight. They are all about overcoming stress. If they do have stress, they don't stay there. They get over it and move on eventually. They do not watch a lot of, if any, news reports or anything negative, like half of the stuff on YouTube. They probably would not be found there watching any of that stuff. I, on the other hand, occasionally like to see what's up because I'm nosy like that. And yeah, give my opinion occasionally on things too, like I did today. Community. They're all about community, having somebody that, we call YouTube, this section of YouTube, our community. Is it really? I don't know. We're not real like-minded. We're all kind of all over the place, honestly. Respect for elders is a big thing, and being cared about by your family when you're elderly. A lot of them live together as well and try to cohabitate or at least live near each other. Loma Linda, California. They are all about avoiding depression through keeping active and having fun. Yes, all good. It's a really good documentary. Go and watch it. It's awesome. Um, they are all about community and activity and being productive and serving humanity. Serving humanity was a big thing for them. The reason why Loma Linda is one of the blue zone populations, the ones that live and have longevity and health, they're Seventh day Adventists. So they teach from very early on their children and everybody in their families about vegetarian lifestyle. Those of you that know me know that I'm mostly vegan. I'm whole food plant based for sure. And it has definitely made a difference in my life. It has made a difference in my health and how I used to look and how I look now. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm also part of something called Dr. Living Good's 28-day challenge or 21-day challenge. 21-day challenge, I think. It's technically a 28-day challenge, but he only does the challenge part of it for like 27 days, maybe 28, I don't know. Hi, Dreams. I can't see your avatar. And anybody see that avatar, let me know if it's inappropriate. I'll take care of that. Because they're speaking in a language I don't understand, and it could mean anything. Yes, Dr. Living Good is wonderful. Anyway, I hope eventually YouTube will help us translate when people from other countries come in and try to talk, because I don't know what that says. And that kind of bothers me because I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, and they're not speaking English. Makes me a little leery. Okay, anyhow, volunteering was another thing they said in Loma Linda. Eating fruit, vegetable, legumes, nuts, cereals. And they had a really wonderful meal that I want to try. It's onions that were red and white and probably yellow, avocado, tomatoes, and black beans. And they just mixed them all together in a bowl, tossed them with a spoon, and then ate them. They looked so good. I want to try that so bad. I want to find that recipe if it is a recipe, or just put it all together and see how it all turns out. Okay, the next one is Ikaria, Greece. I am part Greek, so this is kind of interesting to me. One of the things they attribute to their longevity is drinking herbal tea. Now, I found this interesting because sometimes your kids have an extra sense that you don't have, and they know something you don't know. My daughter Carol swears by sage tea, which I'm going to get some sage tea, actually. I never even thought of that. I watched all that stuff and forgot. I was drinking immunity tea, but I think I'm going to make myself some sage tea. I don't know if I have rosemary. I might have some rosemary herbs. And I'm going to steep that tea and then kind of sift it out a little bit so that there's not chunks of whatever in it. Mallow tea is another thing that they recommend with raw honey. I have not had raw honey yet, I don't think. I'm very nervous about it because you can have an allergic reaction to it. I don't know how safe it is to eat raw honey. So if anybody knows anything about raw honey, let me know in the comments below because it's very new to me and I don't know if I should give it a go. So I do have ragweed allergies, and sometimes people that have allergies to ragweed have other allergies to food, and I don't know if that's one of them. Ikaria, Greece also values partnership, so like romantic partnership, not staying single very long, like having friends at least if you're not going to have a romantic significant other. They also say that the best kind of, how do they put this? The best drink to drink is wine from naturally fermented grapes. They have a certain recipe that they use. I actually asked on the YouTube channel where I watched, or not the YouTube channel. Was it a YouTube channel? I don't know. I asked somewhere on social media. Oh, I know. It was Naomi Green. She's another nutritionist I watch, a whole food plant-based nutritionist. I said, anybody here, do you know how to make your own wine? I would love to learn how to ferment my own grapes so that the alcohol content wasn't super high, but still healthy and help ward off some of the illnesses, because wine has things in it that supposedly build up different parts of your body and your health and things. And I would love to have a naturally fermented wine that I made myself, if that's possible. Something about putting the grapes out in the sun and then rolling them out. There's certain ways of doing it. I don't know. I'm not a wine connoisseur or even a wine creator, but I would love to know more about that, because if that is going to contribute to my longevity and my health, absolutely would love it. Doug and Stacy on YouTube. They do their own wine. I'll have to check it out. Thank you, Mary Peltier. Okay. In Nicoya, Costa Rica. Now they said that most of the places in Costa Rica, they're not healthy. The problem is a lot of our lovely little things from over here in the United States have seeped into other countries, such as McDonald's and KFC and Burger King and Subway and whatever not so healthy fare that we have over here frequently. They now have those fast food restaurants, even out like in China and stuff. And so their people who are living years and years longer than we were are now dying early too and getting illnesses that they weren't getting before. So in Costa Rica as a whole, apparently it's not the healthiest and longest living place. But there is a place called Nicoya in Costa Rica. I believe it's in the south, but don't quote me on that. They are a very poor community, very poor. They don't have the amenities we have: washers, dryers, refrigerators, all that stuff that we have. So they have to do everything based on living off the land. They wash clothes by hand, and they make their meals by hand. They chop things by hand. They don't have machinery and electronics and things that we do. But they have something that a lot of us don't have, and it's called the Plan de Vida, which means life purpose, plan of life. They work without the machines and with their hands as much as possible, which obviously when you're working with your hands to roll things out, to pound things, to move things, to lift things, you're building muscle. So they have their own fitness regime without even knowing that they're doing fitness things for themselves. They're just living. This is their lifestyle. They also believe in slowing down for things that matter, like taking time out for family gatherings, taking time out to visit a sick friend. They do things together, they do things with a purpose, and they do slow down and take those times of rest. I know that the Seventh day Adventists also believe that the Sabbath is on a Saturday, so that's when they have community and they come together for their worship time, and they rest and they commune and they have meals together, and they just have a real relaxed, fun time doing it. And it's important. And me also being Messianic, I have Saturday as my Shabbat. By the way, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Peace of the Sabbath to all of you today. I hope you are resting or doing something you love and enjoy and being with people that uplift you and encourage you and bless your day, because that's good to have that in your life. It's healthy for you. Even if you don't want to live past 100, it's good to surround yourself with positivity. Everybody knows that. It's proven in science that positivity builds your longevity and your health. Okay. They're also big on making sure you have fortified water. Now, I am not sure what that was. I didn't get the gist of that because I don't know where their water comes from, but I do know water is important to your health. And no, I don't drink nearly enough water as I should. I've been managing like a couple to 3 glasses a day, maybe, which is more than I was drinking. But I'm not notorious for liking water, so unless it's flavored with something, or like in the form of tea, or maybe coffee once in a while, I'm not one who's a big fan of water. But I know it's extremely important, and I wish I drank more of it. I did for a while, and then I fell off the water wagon, unfortunately. Fell off the kale wagon. No. They eat black beans, orange squash, corn, and rice together. The reason they do that is how they're getting their amino acids, because they don't eat animals or animal products. Not once did you hear me mention milk in any of this. They don't eat dairy. They don't drink dairy. People that live long lives. I'm not saying nobody does, because I'm sure there's people that are what they call centenarians, people that live, way into their elderly ages, even past 100, who do drink milk and eat cheese. And because even in Sardinia, they eat cheese, Italy, cheese is a thing. Their cheese is probably a lot different than our cheese, but nonetheless, they still do eat some dairy. And so it's not like a steadfast rule that nobody does it. I'm not, saying nobody at all ever eats cheese or dairy. I'm saying as a rule, on the whole, these people that are living long, they don't eat that stuff. They don't drink that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, the people I was learning about anyhow don't. Okay. So I have now chopped up my cabbage, and I am going to chop my pepper next and throw that in there as well. Okay. So that's what I learned today. That's what I was doing. And then I became very angry because I was watching, every once in a while, my mind will drift off to, oh, let's check this out or that out. So for whatever reason, Kirsten Dunst popped up on my, I think it was my Facebook. And yeah, it was on Facebook, or no, it might have been a YouTube short. I don't know. They were interviewing her about when she kissed Brad Pitt in Interview with the Vampire. And she was saying how, no, I didn't enjoy it. He was like 30 something years old. I was like a kid. Why would I enjoy kissing, a grown man? Because I guess she had to kiss him in that movie. And they kind of brushed it off like, oh, well, everybody would want to kiss Brad Pitt. Well, she was a kid. Not appropriate. Not appropriate. Oh, I know what Off Grid with Doug and Stacy is. Okay, I didn't even think about that though. I'll have to check it out again. Because I wasn't thinking about wine at the time, but now I am. So I'm going to check out how to make my own and see if it's worth giving it a go. I also don't want to end up with any type of addictive, behavior. But I don't tend to be addictive in that sort of thing. Although hooking up with people that are not healthy for me, I do have an addiction to that, unfortunately. But I have been able to find that out sooner rather than later and end it before it becomes a problem. So that's a good thing. Anyhow, what was I saying? Oh, Kirsten Dunst. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and my mind is a lot sharper than it used to be. I remember things quicker. Like, what was I saying? Bam, it's back again already. So whole food plant-based has really helped me a lot with a lot of different things, including my eyesight improving 6 points. That was pretty awesome that happened and very shocking to me. But if you're not eating a lot of that unhealthy stuff, it's not going to bother you. Oh, good for you. Maybe you can talk to our friend Melly, who's having a struggle with that, and let her know your advice on how you did it. I don't know. Sometimes people that have been there can be a big asset and encouragement to those who are struggling with it. So maybe you could. I don't know. Okay, anyhow, so, yeah, so she was saying how that made her uncomfortable, and she was too young to be kissing a grown man, and I concur. And by the way, congratulations on your sobriety since 1987. That's awesome. That was the year that I married Roland, I believe. My first husband was in 1987. Yep. And, yeah, so Kirsten Dunst was kind of like, yeah, it made me uncomfortable. I was too little to be doing that, and it was uncomfortable. And her co-star was like, oh, well, everybody would like to kiss him, as if it was like minimizing her feelings of being uncomfortable. But welcome to Hollyweird and the so-called entertainment industry. And then I went on and I read the parental guide about Interview with the Vampire. And I was absolutely disgusted. And I did watch like a trailer for it. And I was like, this is what you call entertainment? This is what people think is entertaining? Oh my gosh. No, it is not. It's deplorable and disgusting and despicable. What some people think is entertainment and makes you laugh or hold your attention into wondering what's going to happen next. Gore is not entertainment. It never will be for me, and hopefully a lot of other people that I know. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that people have that in their mind to even create that trash, honestly. Another movie I want to talk about is something called The School for Good and Evil. I don't know if it's supposed to be a satire or what it is, but it's also vile and disgusting. And unfortunately, he has one of my favorite actresses in it from High School Musical, I haven't seen the movie. I would not see the movie. I read the child warnings on that too, the parental warnings. If there's a parental warning on something that says um, blood, blah, 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 but done in a magical way so it's not disturbing, that disturbs me. You're going to show somebody being harmed and bleeding in a magical way so it's not disturbing. Come on, people. What on earth? What is wrong with people's brain cells? Seriously. I don't understand that. Nobody has, I won't say nobody, so many people do not have morals and values anymore. What they think is fun and entertaining is vile and disgusting and despicable to even call it entertainment. It's just wrong. But again, my opinion, and it's coming from a place of one who does her best to follow the Bible and all things pure and holy and good. So obviously, I don't fit in with society. I am in the world, but not of it. That's what I've been taught since I became a Christian way back when, and a Messianic now. We are never going to be okay with the disgusting way the world does things and what they call good. It talks about it in the Bible, people calling evil good and good evil. Yeah, exactly what happens. So, yeah, I don't understand it. And yes, I've had people that, claim to be Christians that I've even gone to church with that are like, oh, I love horror movies. I love slasher films. What is wrong with you? Seriously. You love seeing somebody, a pretend somebody even, being hacked to bits and being harmed and being hanged and being tortured. That's disturbing. That's really disturbing that anybody could find that entertaining or can't wait to go see a movie about it. Like I said, what is wrong with you people? Seriously. Those people that find that entertaining. It's very disturbing. I know people say, well, it's fake. It doesn't matter that it's fake. It's that it exists at all. It's that it's happening at all. That anybody would depict that and be entertained by it and make money off of it. Ugh. Makes you wonder sometimes. Seriously, what are people up at night thinking about that write this kind of trash? Probably thinking of all the money they're going to make on it by people that go and see it. I guess. I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, that's all I got, y'all. That's all I have to rant about or talk about today. I'm making up this soy chicken stuff to go in my soup. Yes, insensitizing. This is my soy chicken stuff that's going in my soup. It is, I'll show you what it looks like. It's Chipotle chicken. You can put it in tacos and stuff. Got it from the pantry today. We did go to the food pantry. I could show you a little mini food haul, I suppose. Let me see what I can show you. We didn't get much. There wasn't much to get. Let me show you a few things. I got this. They're called Ming's Bings. Buffalo cauliflower. Less than a half of the sodium compared to buffalo wings. Now I gotta make sure this is plant-based. I forgot to check that. Hopefully. It has soy and coconut in it. Cauliflower. Make sure there's no animals in it. No, there's not. There's a lot of garbage in it. So it's not something I would eat often. But once in a while, I like to have a little vegan junk food. That's what it is. It's vegan junk food. So I have a couple of those maybe. Not a whole lot. And then we got this, which again has junk in it. It's cocoa almonds. They're nice for a little snack when you feel like you want a little bit of something. It'll be good for my high fat day when I have it. I had a little bit of them earlier. It's got some honey in it. It's got corn syrup in it. I don't like that at all, that there's corn syrup in it. But, you gotta pick and choose, unfortunately, today. This is my cereal from before that I had. What else did we get? Like I said, we didn't get a whole lot of anything this time around. Matthew got some more butternut squash. He got these, whatever these are, cauliflower, breaded cauliflower somethings. I don't know what they are, but he got them, so he's eating them. He made himself some of this chili out of a package, which I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole because there's too many chemicals in it. I will make my own chili, which is very basic. I don't need to eat a lot of glop from processed food stuff, overly processed food. All right, anyway, so those of you who haven't seen me in a while, yes, I am still whole food plant-based, definitely. I'm at 179.8 pounds right now. Um, this is me. I'll give you a little view here. This is me. That's me. Belly's starting to go down a little more. It's getting there. It's such a slow darn process, though, you know? I get so tired of it. Waiting and waiting. My obesity level has dropped a bunch of points, so that's pretty awesome. From when I first started back in November of 2022. I'm coming up on a year soon in November. That is pretty awesome. Yes, I will celebrate. I don't know what I'll celebrate with, but I will celebrate. Thank you, Mary Pelletier. Mary, where did we meet? Because your name sounds very familiar to me. How do I know you, Mary? Hi, NR. Hello. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. Ooh, this chicken facsimile of a chicken is going to be really good. Oh, we met here years ago. Okay. Were you under your same name, Mary? Or did you have a different name? Hi, Waylon and Pixie. Interesting name. Waylon reminds me of Waylon Jennings. Isn't he like country singer or something? That's the only person I know with the name Waylon. It's not a very common name. I had many animals. Yeah, no kidding. Way too many animals. Oh, I'm going to try this soy chicken stuff. That's not bad. Yes, I have a new illness now. Now it's viral instead of bacterial. Am I feeling any better? I'm feeling different because now the illness is a different kind. This time it's in my throat. So, yes and no. Oh, this chicken stuff is really good, y'all. Even if you're not plant-based, you might like this chicken. This Chipotle chicken. It's from Sweet Earth. I don't know where you'd buy it from. You could probably look on their website. It's really not bad at all. And it's honestly not terribly bad for you other than the maltodextrin, which upsets me that they have to throw that in there. Because we didn't need maltodextrin in this to make it good. It's really good on its own. I don't know why they got to throw junk in everything, but they do. So, like I said, pick and choose. And it's high carb day today anyway, so I'm not worried about a little extra sugar every other day. Or even every day if it's small amounts. Whatever I'm doing is working. I'm finally losing the weight and breaking the plateau. You love food? Me too. Love it. Delicious. Okay. Now I think it's time to turn on the Instant Pot and actually cook stuff. So, now I am going to need to put some water in my Instant Pot. I wish I had veggie broth, but I don't, so water it is. Perhaps the buffalo sauce on those, on that Chipotle chicken or whatever sauce that is will give it a bit of flavor, so I won't have to worry about it. But I got all those nice onions in there. That's going to be really good with all those onions. I think I might put some potato in with it because that would be very tasty, and that's a nice carb for me. I don't have any carrots, or I would throw those in too. But I do have some mixed vegetables and carrots in them. Okay. Yes, food is delightful. Okay. Tomato. I might have a tomato sandwich, I'm kind of thinking. I might like that. Got some wonderful tomatoes that I jarred up the other day. I'm going to throw those in there. Tomatoes are good too because of the lycopene in them. We can turn this off. We're done with this. Yes, yummy. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. And they're coming. Potatoes are underneath. Throw a couple. I don't know how many I have left, so I don't use them all up. I'll take a couple of them. Okay. I'm gonna chop up some potatoes. We'll move this thing out of here so we have room. Okay, got my nice little cutting board. I love this cutting board. It's just a plastic rectangle cutting board. It is wonderful for chopping stuff. Do need to eventually get myself a better knife, I think, because this knife is kind of dull. I'm going to wash these potatoes off a little. There we go. All right. Potatoes. Gotta have some potatoes in this soup. It just feels like it should be in there. Hi, Hill. It's going okay. I'm ill again, but this time with a virus instead of bacterial. Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful sometimes with food. Everybody's so different. Everybody's body can handle different things, you know. Aw, I know you're not, Hill. I never see you anywhere. You stay out of the fray. I know that for a fact. You don't like all that craziness. Sure, you've had your fill in the past with all that nutty, crazy crap. I know I did. I had enough of that. I don't put myself around that kind of negativity anymore because like I said, I want to live a long time, and negativity is not going to foster that idea. Not going to allow it to happen. I might chop these smaller since I'm going to spread them through a whole soup. Make them a little smaller. Well, it's good to see you, Hill. I hope you're well. First week on the job and I already caught somebody's illness. Didn't take long. Yep, here I am. Here I am. You got a kitten? How awesome is that? Do you have pictures or videos or anything of your kitten anywhere? I love kittens. I love cats. I've been treating Bowie for fleas lately. I came up with a nice natural remedy, but I did call the one vet place near here that's kind of a discounted vet place. Now that I have a job, I want to get Bo and Maverick and the other ones in there to get checked out to make sure everything's okay. Ooh, pretty. A Maine Coon. I love those. Maine Coons are so smart, too. Beautiful. I'm glad to hear you have a pet. She has a video on TikTok. I love it. I will check her out. Make this a little bit more watery here. Okay. I think I'm going to leave my mixed veggies out of it for now because I would really like to have those be a little bit crunchy, chewy, sort of, when I actually... What is going on here? Why is this not... What's happening? Oh, okay. I apparently dropped some onions and cabbage into the well where you put this lid on and twist it. So it was like stuck on the... There. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, the Instant Pot is on and cooking. Oh, Sabrina, that's a nice name for a Maine Coon. For sure. I will not be doing any dishes right now because it is Shabbat and I have not lit the Havdalah candles yet to say goodbye to Shabbat. So we are still in Shabbat, and I'm not going to mess with that. So when I'm done with Shabbat, then we will do the dishes. So we don't have them waiting for us tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be laundry day. So I have clothes for work in the coming week. Okay, I'm going to try to go out and sit outside while that cooks. And I'll talk to y'all out there. It's probably hot as heck out here. It's not too bad. I was going to walk and get the mail, but maybe later. Hello, 20 people. Who all are y'all? Who are ya? Who are my 20? Put my chair back so I can relax. Chillax. I will check it out, Hill. Because I know you're on my TikTok. I haven't been doing much with TikTok lately. I do like TikTok, though. But I more so watch it than I actually go on it and do stuff. Cool, NR. I'm glad you're here listening. Ugh. Trying to think of what else I want to talk to you about. Oh, it's my, you haven't seen it, Mary, have you? This is my gazebo. I'll show you my gazebo. Maybe you haven't seen it. You probably haven't watched my other videos that I made. It's my gazebo. See? There it is, my gazebo. There's the house, the door, and the gazebo's right there. Oh, the garden's pretty much just about done. It's kaput. We have one little lonely tomato on the vine still that we haven't picked. We're waiting for it to get a little red. And we have some other green ones that haven't ripened yet, which that needs to be watered for sure. My gladiolus is still blooming. It's beautiful. This one is a little pinker than the other one that was peach. There's my gladi. Those came up nice. They're still coming up. Hi, Meech. There's Meechy. Meechy, I need to put that oil on you and get rid of those stupid fleas. My beets are doing absolutely nothing. Probably dying at this point. They didn't grow into anything. They're just like puny little, not even worthy of being called a beet. This is what they look like. If you can even see that. That's my beet. Whoop-de-doo. Not worth it. It wasn't worth even planting them. Maybe if they're in a raised plant next time they'll grow bigger, but I don't know. They should have already gotten big enough to do anything with if they were going to grow. So yeah, get a shovel and shovel those out of there eventually. My cucumbers, they're still kind of coming up. See, there's a little one right here. I've been plucking them before they get super big anyway because I like to eat them and I'm impatient. But there's not many of those left. I think the garden is done for this time around this year. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of a yield out of it, but I did get some good sized cucumbers. I can't complain. Pretty happy with what I did get. Come on up, Meech me. Come on. Come on, Meech. Come on. I know, come on. There you go, girlie. Here's our Meech. There's our beautiful Meech me. What? Yeah. She's one out of the 4 that we have left. We don't have any more than 4 anymore. That's just enough for us. I did ask Matthew the other day if he might like to get a dog someday. He said, not with 4 cats. But I don't know if he meant it or not. Because I would like to have a dog because I'd like to have a responsibility of walking a dog. So I get my butt out there and walk. And actually have a little bit of entertainment while I do it. I even thought about doing dog walking as a job, but I work now during the week, and I've got to have some days to just rest and do enjoyable things. So I don't know that that would be something that would be wise for me right now to take on that other job. I mean, yeah, it would be a little bit extra money. I wouldn't want to do it for the money. I would want to do it for the exercise. So who knows? Just something I'm tossing around in my head. That's all. Watch me. 21 people. Man, this is the most people I've had in here in forever. Now 23? Hi, hi. If you're here, say hi if you can. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sharon. That's what I'm thinking. And now that I'm working, I can afford one. So, I don't know. I just don't want to get caught in a position where I can't afford it. So I was thinking like just a little dog. Maybe another Shih Tzu or something. I don't know. What do you think, Meech? Would you like a dog in the house? She'd be like, nope, I don't play good with the cats, let alone a dog. What are you thinking, Mom? I don't know. I think it would be easier to have a smaller dog because you wouldn't have the risk of the dog running away, you know, out of the yard and stuff like that. Oh, I like the bull mastiff dogs. I love mastiffs. I like the big dogs, but that not for me. I have a tiny little house that wouldn't be fair to a dog to. We already had Morgan years ago who was a boxer bulldog, and that was hard because she couldn't really get around that well to, stretch her legs and stuff. I just felt cruel. And then Matthew and I were so allergic to her, we just finally had to adopt her out, and that was hard. And I still have regrets about that. But anyway, yeah, some choices I made were not the best. I know that now, but there's nothing you can do hindsight. So I just want to be careful if I do decide to get another dog, get a dog, not another dog, a dog, that it's a little one that would be comfortable in a little house. I thought about a Chihuahua, but they're too yappy for me. They would drive me crazy, and they can be very persnickety. Well, Shih Tzus can too. They're kind of persnickety dogs as well. They have nice personalities, kind of snooty. I like that in a dog. You're a girl new? Okay. Hello. I don't know what a girl new means, but welcome. Welcome, welcome. Tell you sometimes the people that come in here just blow my mind and confuse me all at the same time. But whatever. I work with all kinds of people too, so I'm kind of used to meeting different people. I'm pretty tolerant and accepting of people now. But I do give my opinions for sure. I am still opinionated, but I try to be nice about it and trying to be kind to people. I don't want to ever feel like, I'm bullying somebody or being mean or intimidating somebody or anything like that. Okay, good to see you too, Hill. Happy to see you again as well. Don't be a stranger. Talk to me on TikTok if you want. Yeah, meet me. So, so what else can we talk about, y'all? I got all the time in the world today, really. At least till my soup is done, and I'm gonna eat some of that and probably go journal a little bit. Ooh, hey, Samara. Hi. Great Danes. I think that's a little bit big for me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for a Great Dane. And I want to get a dog that, doesn't eat a lot either, Samara, because what happens if I'm in a contract job again, and what happens if when my contract runs out, they don't bring me back again? You know that happens to me sometimes. I don't want to end up unable to take care of a pet and having to rehome it. I definitely want to avoid that. If you guys noticed, a lot of you, not here maybe, but people watching who had a fit when I rehomed a bunch of my animals, that I haven't rehomed my 4 cats. They've been with me a long time now. I haven't had to rehome anybody. I've made sure that I'm working to take care of my pets and, you know, that I have money coming in to do that. So I don't want to ever be in that situation again where I have to make that decision. It's painful, not an enjoyable thing to do, but I always did what I felt was best for the pet. So, yeah, definitely. I don't want to do that. Take on more than I can handle. So, yeah. Anyway, what else is up with me? I don't know. Don't know what else is going on, y'all. Been tossing around the idea of joining a fitness club or fitness, not club, but we have some fitness places pretty close to me. I really want to do a lot of weightlifting. I want to get more into that again. Um, Weightlifting, resistance training as they call it, is where you really shed the pounds because you build that muscle that burns the fat. And I don't think being at home lifting weights is getting me, as they say, the gains that I would like to have. So after I get a little more settled in my job, I'm thinking of going and joining someplace. Matthew wants to also. Um, I use an Instant Pot, but you can use the Instant Pot as a crock pot as well. So yes, technically I do. Right now I'm Instant Pot cooking. Like today, I'm Instant Pot cooking. I like crock pots and Instant Pots, but Instant Pot doubles as a crock pot and cooker, among other things. You can even bake a cake in an Instant Pot, believe it or not. Meat. Oh, of course I like plant-based meals. That's what I live on. What do I make? What don't I make? I make plant-based pizza. Um, Now I do use regular crust. I will usually buy a crust or either buy a crust at the store or I will buy a pizza and just throw a bunch of veggies on it. Yes. It's not a recipe per se, Samara. It's basically me sauteing onions and peppers and then throwing a bunch of other vegetables and stuff in there. I've been doing it since I started the live stream pretty much. So you could always rewind and go see what I threw in there. Several kinds of onions though and some potatoes I just threw in with some water just to cover the top of everything. I'm going to throw some seaweed sheets in there in my bowl as soon as I get my soup in my bowl later on when it cooks. Um, it's going to be a good hearty meal. Might throw some beans in there too, some black beans or whatever beans I have. I don't even know what I have right now. I'll just be really hearty. Hearty but a light soup. It's not going to be like stew-like. It'll be real watery, which is good. That's what I really want, is that good onion water to get rid of this yuck in my throat, basically. But you name it, I have made it. Plant-based. Salads, of course. Even with lettuce from my garden, tomatoes from my garden, definitely. Cucumbers from my garden. I have made watermelon rind pickles, cucumber pickles. Um, hmm, Trying to think. I have a group I'd like to tell you about, Samara. Um, I couldn't do it a while ago for different reasons, but if you can email me, I might even have your email still. delusiondispeller@gmail.com. I will be happy to get you into the group. I think you would enjoy it. It's a whole food plant-based group. I'm in several different groups. Some of them I've mentioned. One of them is a private group, which I won't mention on here. But I've had it for quite a while. I'm not really a leader. I'm more of a helper to the leader of the group. Uh, I just don't like gore. Honestly, I do not like gory stuff. Mm-mm. I do like Kirsten Dunst, but I did not like the stuff that happened to her and the stuff she did in that movie. Yuck. Uh-uh. Not for me. I am a purist. I don't like gory, negative, yucky stuff, people harming people, people killing vampires. Believe me, I know where you're coming from because I have a husband that is a gamer. And he will argue with me till the cows come home. Honey, it's a game. They're evil creatures. I'm just killing the evil creatures. I'm killing zombies, honey. I still don't like it. It still offends me. I I just ugh, no. Yeah, Meech. I am all about all things pure and holy and good and kind. I just don't like negative, violent, gory stuff. Or crass talk either. I don't like that either. I have heard it's a good story. There's a good storyline to it. So I can give it that. If it has a good storyline, okay. But yeah, just no gore and violence for me. I like a good story too, but just not that type. And believe me, I don't hate people that like that stuff. I just don't get it. And I just think it's gross. I like people for people, not for what they're into or whatever. I can find value in every person I meet pretty much and commonality because I think that's how we get along with people is we find things we do have in common and talk about that. Oh, gotcha. Well, there's that in it too, I think, too. So, or maybe it was the other movie that I was talking about, The School for Good and Evil. That definitely had some bad parts in it. But yeah, I think there was also something in the interview with the vampire that was harming an animal. I really have never seen Harry Potter. I've seen excerpts from it. Really not into magic either and witchcraft and stuff like that. But again, like I'm friends with Angie from wherever she's from now. I want to say New Orleans, but that's not it. She was Angie from New Jersey. Now she's Angie from, is it East Texas or something? And she's a witch. And I like Angie a lot, but I don't get into her tarot cards and her witchcraft stuff she does. No, I wouldn't. And if she was living near me, I would never go over to a party where she pulled out the tarot cards. But as a person, I would hang out with her and have tea with her probably. I like Angie. I think she's pretty neat. Angie and I have a good relationship, to my knowledge, unless something has changed. I loved Lord of the Rings. Loved it. Believe it or not, I like that kind of stuff. I is it J.R. Tolkien? Is that how you pronounce it? Is that Lord of the Rings? I think. Also C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe trilogy. I do like that kind of fantasy. I loved parts on The Labyrinth with David Bowie. I liked Neverending Story, all three, part one, two, and three. I loved those. So I guess I do like some fantastical things. And Samara, get this. I absolutely loved mythology when I was in school. Loved it. It was my favorite class, one of them. I still like mythology. I think it's fascinating. And even though my God is Yahweh, I think it's interesting to learn about other gods. Zeus, Athena, um, 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 Apollo, Artemis. I'm trying to think of all of them. Mercury. I think it was Mercury, right? Was there a Mercury? I don't know. I just like it. Okay, you have a great day at work, NR. Good to see you. I'll talk to you soon. Um, Aphrodite. That was one of the things I liked about the show Fantasy Island, which I also enjoyed a lot on TV with Mr. Rourke and Tattoo, is they had like leprechauns, they had mermaids, they had gods and goddesses, and That stuff fascinates me. I know it's pretend, and that does not bother me. I find it interesting and entertaining. I just don't like people harming people or creatures. I never have. I never will. So, but yeah, that kind of stuff. It's not that I'm against magic, like fantastical magic, but like actual witchcraft, yes. I'm very opposed to that. I'm a deliverance minister. I cast demons out of people that have practiced that stuff. So, yeah, I'm against that. But fantastical stuff, yes, I'm cool with that. So you kind of get the gist where I'm coming from, Samara. I like the other kind of allegories and I don't know. As gaming goes, I like Final Fantasy. I don't like any times when they're harming things or there's blood or anything like that. But I like the adventure of it. I enjoy when Matthew plays Final Fantasy. Love the music score. Unless it gets repetitive, I hate repetition. Then I have to tell him turn down the sound or put his headphones on. But yeah, I'm not a total stooge and stick in the mud. I like to have fun. I like adventure. I just don't like harm. I don't like pain. I don't like torture, killing, gruesomeness. I just don't. I like purity and holiness and good things and but I like excitement and adventures as well. Oh wow. I haven't read a book in quite a while. Um but when I did read, I liked Little Women. I liked Helen Keller. So I like autobiographies. I like biographies. I like let me think of some of the other books I've read over the years. I did like some of the romance novels that I read back in the day, but some of those got a little bit too graphic for me and detailed, and it almost made it seem, wrong. So I didn't read those for long. Um, yes, I like Little Women. Um, I don't know. You'd have to name some books, and I'll tell you if I've read them or if I like them. I do love Star Wars and Star Trek. I don't know if you'd call me a Trekkie necessarily, but I guess some could call me that. I watched Star Wars avidly. I loved science fiction growing up. Now, some of the stuff scares me that is considered science fiction now, but I have seen like movies like Signs, and then there was one, I can picture the name. It reminds me of the word vigilum, but it's not vigilum. But it's similar to that name. Something like that, where these people rent out a house and they end up, the people that rent the house end up being killed as they get to living in the house. Things go on and whatever, and then like the house kills them or something, and then the new people move in, and I always forget the name of it. Matthew and I watched it one time. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? I was horrified. It wasn't gory per se. It was just very fantastical. I don't know what you would call it. Science fiction. It was sci-fi. I think that's what the genre of it was. Do I like Star Trek better than Star Wars? I don't know if I would say that. I think I like them kind of equally. I liked Star Trek. I loved the old characters on Star Trek. I have seen Poltergeist. I have seen Amityville Horror. I have seen. I actually even watched Friday the 13th. I don't like them. This was back in the day. I don't watch that stuff anymore. Um, what was the other thing? Not Poltergeist. There was another one that was like Poltergeist. All I can picture is these ghosts dragging somebody down the stairs. Paranormal? Is that what it was called? Paranormal part whatever. I have seen some of those. I'm really not into that sort of thing. I used to watch when it was on the reality show. Do you guys remember? He was kind of a college student and he would go and investigate the ghosts in the houses and stuff with a ghost machine, and the needle would go crazy and they'd say, oh, there's spirits here. And I used to like to watch that with my ex-husband Celestino. Yeah, the one movie I was talking about was Paranormal Activity, which to me was very hokey and fake looking. House on Haunted Hill. I have seen House on Haunted Hill back in the day. Didn't really like that. Was not a huge Price fan at all. He creeped me out like none other. That movie was pretty creepy. And he was a creepy character. So yes, like I said, I'm not a total stooge and stick in the mud. It's not that I don't like a little bit of adventure or suspense, because I do. I just don't like gory slasher films and stuff like that. It's just disturbing to me. You really like Vincent Price. Well, I really like you, Samara. I think you're a pretty interesting person. I love your love for animals, especially. I don't know everything about you. I might not approve of everything about you, but I love that you love animals and I love that you don't eat animals. That's my favorite thing about you, honestly. I think Vincent Price as a person might have been a pretty decent human being. I think I read that somewhere, that he wasn't like spooky like that all the time. He was just a really excellent actor. You're welcome. I like lots of people on here, honestly. I just don't agree with everything they do, and I just don't approve of everything they do. But it doesn't mean I won't watch them. It doesn't mean I wouldn't be kind to them or, you know, whatever. Gary Cooper. Why do I remember the name, but I don't remember who that is? Hmm. I keep thinking of Alice Cooper, not Gary. Who is Gary Cooper? You'll have to remind me who Gary Cooper is. Oh yeah, I don't know who that is. Who's Gary Cooper? Did he play like Dracula or something like that? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I don't like Dracula either. I don't like vampire movies. Now, I did watch like some of the Nickelodeon vampire type movies where they're like dancing all over and they're like college kids or high school kids or whatever they are. Those are, all right. They're not horrible. Oh, he was an actor. Okay. You'd have to name some of the movies I'm in. By the way, thank you, Samara, for coming in and actually taking over the conversation because I was getting bored and I was running out of things to talk about. So this is helpful. Thank you. I've been wanting to go live for the longest time, but I hate sitting on here and not having anybody talk to me. I really do. And I know Pandora has said, oh, well, Dee Dee complains about this. Well, Pandora, it's boring, okay? It's boring sitting here not talking to anybody because it's like, why would I do that? Why? Why would I waste my time to sit and talk to myself at a blank screen that I can't see anybody on? It doesn't make any logical sense to me. So yeah, that's why I say that. I do whine and complain about it a lot because it bores me. I don't like being bored. I'm a very active person. When I'm off of here, I'm doing stuff all the time when I feel well enough to do stuff. Matthew could tell you. I'm either cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm learning new things, I'm researching things, I'm working, I'm mowing the lawn when I feel like it. I haven't mowed the lawn in forever and don't feel like it, so I won't. Vacuuming the house sometimes, going out to do laundry. I'm very active. Sitting here staring at a screen saying nothing much of anything, it's just boring to me. So, yeah. So, like I've said to y'all, if you want me to come on, I don't mind coming on, but you got to guarantee me that you're going to actually talk. Seriously. Still trying to think of some other books I can tell you. Blue is my favorite color. It was always black for the longest time, and no, I did not change it because it's a demonic color. I changed it because somebody told me it's not really a color, it's an abstract of color or many colors put together. So I had to change it. So I went with the next thing closest to black, which to me is blue. You are a goofy goober, am I? You would have to tell me tabletop over or top ver what a goofy goober is, and I will tell you if I am one. I will be happy to be a goofy goober if it's a good thing. I will join the Goofy Goober Club. Yeah, I do like blue a lot. I have a lot of blue things around me. I enjoy blue. It's a very serene color to me. It's the color of the sky when it's nice out. And it's just peaceful. Blue feels very peaceful to me. I'm very into color coordinating things with I don't know if you'd say I'm into feng shui, but I like colors to bring on a mood. It's very helpful for people on the spectrum, which my husband is, to have a color that brings them peace. He loves pink. It brings him peace. We leave our room pink. That's how it is. I am very silly. At times, I sure am very silly. I could be a goofy goober easily. Yes. How'd you find me, tabletop ver? Is it top over? Is that how you say it? Tabletop ver? Or tabletop over? I do not have Labor Day plans. Although, what I am thinking of, if I can do it, I would like to buy myself some vegan hot dogs. I miss hot dogs. I don't miss eating animals, but I do love me a good vegan hot dog. Or carrot dogs. I might do that. That's even better and healthier than hot dogs, vegan hot dogs are. Yeah, yeah. You saw me through Yaya? Or that's how you say it? Tabletop. Tabletop VR? Oh, okay. Tabletop VR. What's a VR? Virtual reality? VR? Did I hit it on the head there? Virtual reality? You know, I have never gotten to try virtual reality. You don't know how you found me. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I just popped up on your feed and they recommended my videos to you. That does happen. That's how I find people. Um, I would love to try virtual reality someday. I don't know where I would try it, but it sounds like so much fun. I'd like to do a romantical virtual reality. That would be cool. We won't go into detail on that, but yeah. I would like to see what that would be like. I like those virtual girlfriend and boyfriend things. Those are kind of interesting. But yeah, never been able to try it. Very interested in it. Back in the day, I worked in a school where they had virtual reality stuff for the kids that I think they were on the spectrum, and they would put the virtual reality stuff on them and they could use them. But I never got a chance to try it. Oh, yeah, I don't want to do street fighting. No, thank you. I definitely am opposed to, what is that awful game I hate? Ugh, I can picture it. My my husband's aunt's kids used to play it all the time. I know you know what I'm talking about, Samara. Something about cops or whatever. Oh gosh, I do not like that game. Wish it was never created. Especially for kids. What's it called? I know you will know it. It's a very popular game. Not Mortal Kombat. I'm against that one too. I can't stand that game. No, this is with police officers and whatevers. Aw, thank you. Tabletop VR. That makes my day. Thank you so much. It's reconnecting on me here. Um, yes. GTA. Bingo, bingo, bingo. That's the one. Don't like that one either. Nope. No, and I didn't like that my cousin's kids played it and Grand Theft Auto. That's what it is. Ugh. Yucky. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like that. I did work in a school years ago for a couple years where I worked with gang members. I took care of gang members, taught them math, English, science, history, stuff like that. Figures. That's alright. I still like you, Samara. I will never play it with you and probably never watch you play it, but I still like you as a person. I don't like rage and I don't like violence and whatever. Um, yeah, it's a common thing, I know. Like I said, I worked in a school where GTA was a thing. There was a lot of video games that was part of it. A lot of the kids were not just autistic, but very angry. They were alternative kids, like kids that could not get along in the mainstream schools. And they came to this school so that I could teach them. Yeah, so that was interesting. I lasted there 2 years and I left, but honestly, not because of the kids, but because of some of the teachers and the way they treated these kids. And you got to imagine, you know me. If you know me, you know me. Um, I wasn't all gung ho on those things and didn't want to hear about it. And of course, the kids that were into it wanted to talk about it all the time. But I was there to teach math and English and history and stuff. I was not there to talk about which enemy they killed and how they did terrible things to the enemy. And yeah, I didn't want to hear that. So I'd say, okay, no, thank you. Inappropriate for this setting. We are going to do math. Let's sit down and pull out your math book. Yeah, I had to redirect a lot. When I say gang members, I am talking about kids that would carve rulers into shanks. Yeah. Kids that would steal things off my desk. Kids that would threaten other teachers. Now, the interesting thing was the kids liked me because I love people and I valued them as kids. I didn't look at the fact that on the weekends they went out and jumped people. I didn't look at the fact that there was a bunch of drug trade going on in their families and things like that. What I looked at was this is a child that is put in my care to teach, to help them, to give them help where they're struggling. And that is exactly what I did. And I honored them as the individuals they were, and they loved me, they respected me. They would line up at my desk to have help in the morning in their English and their math and their science and stuff that I could help them with. Yep, I was about to say that, Samara. A couple of the kids who really liked me, some of the toughest characters, like the really dangerous ones at this school. If a newcomer came and started giving me a hard time, they would stand up at their desk and say, "You leave her alone. She's the good teacher." So I didn't have to worry about or fear for my life. I was very respected because I respected them. And that's how I try to treat all people. Um, if they were too dangerous, I let the bigger people handle them because I'm just a little tiny person. You ain't never heard of a tough kid. Hello from Iraq. Welcome. I've also taught people from Iraq and from Saudi Arabia English. Not math. I didn't work with math, but I did do English and reading with people from other countries, for sure. Those of you that remember, I was on Cambly for a while, which is the online tutoring thing. I did that for a while. You know, everybody is a different individual. Everybody has good things in them, and some people don't have such good things in them. But we all have things to offer this world, and we all have to get along because we all live in the planet. Yeah, I know. I'm not liking that very much. I'm going to have to hide them. Sorry, I can't. I can't deal with the spamming. That's not cool, not okay. You're welcome here, but you're not welcome to spam my chat. I don't tolerate that. Yeah, right. Definitely. And I'm still friends with a couple of the students that I had back then that were troubled students. They still message me every once in a while on social media. Now that I'm not teaching them anymore, I can do that. Um, some of them have succeeded, and some of them are really having a rough time. And it's sad when they have a rough time because I really want to see them make it in life, you know? Life is hard for some people. And yeah. One of them that I taught is taking care of their mom who has some mental things going on, and they're there for her. And that's very honoring to me to see that they grew up into an individual that cares that much about their mama. Well, I lost my best friend to alcohol, which is a drug, so yeah, technically yes. I did not lose anybody, like, per se, that I can recall to actual, hardcore substances, just alcohol, which was sad enough. Yes, alcohol is a drug. Mm-hmm. Sure is. It's not an illegal one, but it is a drug. I'm pretty sure anything that alters the mind is considered a drug, right? I don't really know the full scope of the definition of a drug, so I won't don't quote me on that. But yes, I would say alcohol is a drug. Cigarettes have nicotine, which is a drug. Thank you, Samara. It was really hard. She was my ex husband's girlfriend, after me, obviously. We used to hang out with them, Matthew and I, and they would just rage at each other. My ex husband had a learning disability and early onset dementia. We didn't know it at the time, but yeah, pot is a drug, even though it's legal in many states. Yeah. Um, I still think pot is damaging personally. I think it affects people. I know a lot of people disagree with me and say, "Oh no, it doesn't cause any, it's not a dependency. You can't get addicted to it." And perhaps you can't. I don't really know the ins and outs of that, but I do think it alters your personality and your mind. So yeah, I'm not a big fan, honestly. I'm not a fan of anything that makes you less than who God created you to be in the sense of being fully yourself without influence. A lot of people do. I mean, it's legal. And even when it wasn't legal, a lot of people did it. I'm just not a fan. Nope. Not on the pot train at all. Not at all. I like having a clear brain, a clear head, having good governance over my decisions, and not being influenced by other things. Meech me. Look at this beautiful cat. You are so beautiful, Meech. A lot of people think she's a black cat, and they're like, "Oh, Dee Dee, you don't like witchcraft, but you have a black cat." She's honestly not black. She's gray. She's a Russian blue. She's very gray. Yeah, exactly, Samara. That's what I'm saying. It does affect people. And then there are some people mentally affected without even doing drugs. So there is that. But I prefer to not have them help themselves out by damaging their brain cells further, so I have to deal with their craziness. Just saying. I'm going to lift some weights here while I talk to y'all, because I need to keep my arms active. I got some pretty good muscles here. Check that muscle out, y'all. You see it? See the ripple? I'm pretty proud of my muscles. For 57 years old, I got a little bit of strength in my arms. However, cannot do a chin up to save my life. Can't hang from a bar very well at the playground when I go to the park. I'm ripped. I don't know about that. What? What you want, Meech? What? You can come over here. Come on. Here, I'll set my weight down so you can come over here. Black cats are the best. I had lots of black cats. I love black cats. See the muscle? Now I can show you. It's little, but it's there. My goal was to do chin ups though by the time the end of the summer came, and I didn't get to any playground where I could do it, so oh well. Yeah, Samira, I had lots of black cats. Lots of them. Hi, Gladys. Gladys loves Meechy. Come here, Meech. Come here. Gladys is talking to you. Whoops, 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 whoops. Hang on, girl. Hang on. You're having trouble getting up. I got you. I got you. I got you. What? Yeah, you're talky today, huh? Probably getting hungry. What time is it? Is it time for yummies? Oh, it's 6:30. My kitties are hungry. You want some food, Meecha? Yeah, I know. Me too. My soup is probably done. Say hi? Maybe not. I thought maybe you'd say hi to people. You just want to head bump me. Headbutt me. I don't know. My soup might be ready. I'll show y'all it in a minute. Yeah. I love you. I love you. It does kind of blow my mind, though, Samara, that you love animals so much, but you're into all that violent stuff. But like you said, you just don't like violence against animals. Humans is okay, but apparently not animals. Probably just fake humans, huh? Fake characters. I love you too, Mishi. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna have to go in and check on my soup. Pretty much all talked out anyway. I need to go and eat some soup, maybe drink some warm tea. I don't know, Samara, what's your remedy for a sore throat? You're into plant based stuff, so. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I hear you there. I can't even. Ugh, no way. No way can I imagine doing that. No. I could not harm a creature. I love creatures. Heck, I can't even kill ants and flies. I felt sad and almost cried about the moth in my tub today. I took a bath this morning and there was a moth in there in the bottom of it and there was a little bit of water and it was drowning. So I tried to save the moth, but I don't think I succeeded. I tried to dab off the moth because it was covered in water. And then I tossed the moth out into the grass so that maybe the remainder of the water could come off of it and could fly away. Oh, that's terrible. Tabletop VR. Ugh. Yes, rest in peace. I can't even handle that. Mm-mm. I will cry if I see cats in the road. Ugh. I would imagine, Samara. That makes sense. I'm talking about even people like on farms and stuff that do it. No, you'd have to have some kind of a cognitive dissonance to be able to do that, and an objectifying of the animal. That's the only way I could think anybody could do that. You'd have to objectify the animal or find some way to justify what you're doing. Like if your kids are starving and you feel like animal bodies are all you can feed them or they would die, maybe like that. Something, yeah, for sure. They're living and then you make them dead. I mean, it's obvious what's going on here. Not rocket science. Not okay with it at all. And I mean, even my daughter told me, well, Mom, I don't want to hear about all that. That's why I can eat it, because I don't think about it. That's why I used to eat it. I didn't think about it. But now that I've seen it, now that I know that those are living souls and those are living beings, I am absolutely opposed to it. And absolutely cannot picture ever eating an animal again or any part of an animal or their juices or anything, their bones boiled as bone broth or anything. Gross, nasty, and cruel. Nope, not me. So many people thought I would change my mind and go off of the veganism. What's weird is when I was a vegetarian, I did go off because I was like, oh, I'm getting headaches. I don't feel good. When I became a vegan and whole food plant based, or mostly vegan, I'm not full vegan, but mostly vegan, that was it. I was like, never again will I put a piece of an animal in my mouth. No, never. Now, I have to admit, I did at one point. I had that grass fed beef because I was convinced that maybe that's why I wasn't as healthy as I could be. And I got so sick and so disgusted with myself for even attempting to eat it that that was it. I was like, oh, I know now I'm fully done. I will not. Mm-mm. Yeah, once you know better, you do better, as somebody used to tell me. I hope that somebody is doing well. If you are out there watching this, somebody, you don't have to be a stranger. Just saying. Um, oh yeah, definitely follow vegan channels and whole food plant based channels. Chef AJ, Well Your World. Trying to think of some of the other ones I follow. Dr. Greger. You already know Dr. Living Good. I think you might have not been in here when I talked about Dr. Living Good. He's not a vegan. But he does have a challenge that I'm going into the second one of. Dr. Livinggood, yeah. I don't like when I'm doing his workout though, his 10-minute workout. Oh, you're talking about Dr. Greger. Yeah, he's one of my faves. I love Greger. Dr. McDougall and I mean, I believe in what he believes in with eating potatoes and starches and stuff, but I asked him a question once and or made a statement in his chat one time and he just kind of dismissed me and I didn't appreciate that much. Who's the other one I love? I mean, there's a bunch of them that I really like. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name. He's like a chiropractor, I think. Yeah, he knows his stuff, no doubt. Um, I know you would know him if I could say his name, but I can't remember. They're all kind of in this glob of people that I follow. Um, I want to say Dr. Nathan something, but oh, what is his name? Who else do you know that's vegan that we might follow? The vegan doctors. I mean, he's super famous, this guy. Oh, by the way, the documentary I told you guys to watch is a Dan Buettner documentary. And if you don't know who Dan Buettner is, he was famous for cycling on his bicycle, I think 5 continents or something, or 5 countries or something like that. Rode on his bicycle. And then he just kind of got bored as he got older and decided he wanted to find something interesting to look into. And he looked into longevity and the blue zones. Oh my goodness, why can I not think of this doctor's name? I don't know, just start naming people. I'll say, yep, I follow them. Plantiful Kiki. Uh, Freely the Banana Girl. I followed for a while. You can't think of who I mean. Okay. Um, Gosh. I hate when I can't remember things. I can picture his face, but I cannot say his name for nothing. Mm. Well, even Arnold Schwarzenegger is a vegan. Or at least he was. I think he is. Ellen DeGeneres is vegan. You're not bored? I'm so glad. How old are you, tabletop VR, if you don't mind me asking? Hopefully you are of age. I don't like young people coming in because really, technically, people are not supposed to come in here that are little people. But sometimes it happens, and I don't always know. Oh my gosh, the onion smell is so good. Oh, that smells so yummy. Oh, and there's my Momo. Moke, want to say hi? Moke, Moke. Here's my Moke Goke. Yeah, you're going to be talky too? You're hungry, huh? No, I'm not going to kick you out. No worries. I got 5 minutes left on my yummy concoction here. And the little belly button popped up, so I'm happy about that. No, you don't have to leave. You're fine. We're not talking about anything bad. No worries. You're welcome. I figured you were pretty young. Oh, good night, Samira. It was great talking to you too, dear. Take care. Take care of yourself. I'm going to probably go and feed my kitties. I will show you my soup first because I promised I would. So 5 minutes, I will show you that. Did you say something, honey bunny? No. Okay. Yeah, interesting that you're 12. My 12-year-old cousin just got killed the other day by a car. I have a heart for 12-year-olds, special people. Special little people whose minds are still forming and making decisions in life, you know? But I'm glad you're not bored. That means a lot to me. Um, I work with lots of different people in different capacities and have had experiences with kids years ago, little kids, and love them. I like the little people. Creativity and good things about kids, you know? It's always nice when you can make a difference in a child's life, or anybody's life for that matter. Yeah, it's very sad. It was in the news. They're from Jacksonville, Florida. That's where it happened. Thank you. So, we got some kitty food we're going to feed our kitties. We feed them out in the back room here where the kitty stuff is. Oh, and Momo is ready to roll, aren't you, Moke? All right, hang on, y'all. I need to set the phone down temporarily while I feed the mongrel here. I'm going to just set this here. You can kind of watch the plate as I put out the food. And Momo's not even going to wait. She's licking off the lid. Hang on, Moki. Hang on, girlie. As Mommy makes a mess, like usual. Who's that? That's my Mav. Mavy, Mav, come up here, buddy. Here, Mav. You see my other kitty. This is kitty number 3. Oh, you want to eat it down there? Okay, I'll put it down there for you. It's time to eat, huh? Pretty soon it'll be time for Mommy and Daddy to eat, too. That's Maverick down there. Mav, Mav. There's my little Mav. You go ahead and eat, buddy. I gotta go find my Bobo. My big, beautiful fluff. I'll be right back, guys. I need to... What, honey? Oh, okay. Get him some food. Gonna get the Bobo man some food. I like to mix their dry with their wet food. All right. Bring Bobo the food. Hey, Bobo. Oh, big yawn, buddy. This is my big fluffy man. Now all the kitties are fed. Okay. In a few minutes, I'll be able to show you the food. Oh, looks like it's done. So I am going to flip the little switch over here. Let the pressure out of the pressure cooker. And then I will show you guys the soup. Might even use the picture of it for my thumbnail. Who knows? That's a lot of steam. It's going to be a good soup. Yeah, I make rice in it too. I make rice, I make quinoa, I make millet when I want millet, but I'm not a big fan of millet. I haven't found a good recipe for it anyway. What else do I put? Potatoes, carrots. You can cook almost anything in the Instant Pot. This is not my favorite Instant Pot though. This is a Barberware, and I've had to try to learn to use it because it doesn't work quite as good as an Instant Pot does. I mean, as far as it's not as easy to use as one. Almost done. I can hear it fizzling down here. Hey, I got a question for you, Tabletop. So, they have proven that blue light causes people to have trouble sleeping at night. But my husband is a gamer, so he likes to lay there with his game in bed and play it. Can you think of any other electronic free device or situation that he could do when he goes to bed that will help him sleep besides gaming? Because if you're an avid gamer, you know how it is. It's like your whole life you game. It's hard for him to stop. So I was wondering if maybe you could put on your thinking cap and give me some ideas of handheld manipulative type things that you also might like to play with that, could be entertaining as much as a electronic might be. I'd love to know if you know of anything like that. Or anybody for that matter, not just you, just anybody. Okay, I'm going to hit the stop button. I'm going to carefully twist the lid. And there we go. There is our wonderful soup. Oh, that looks so good. Nice and light, like I wanted. Gonna throw some mixed vegetables in it. Oh, I can't wait to eat that. That looks so good. I'm gonna I'm gonna go get my mixed vegetables. Stick them in the pot and some spinach. Put some of those in there. And some spinach. We'll use up some of the older stuff that we have in here. A Phil live stream works every time. To get me back on here? Is that what you mean, Gladys? Is that what you're talking about? That's funny. Hey, whatever works, I guess. Phil knows I like him. I like him and Laura. They're good people. As far as I know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he's always been good to me. Well, he hasn't always been good to me. I think he was not good to me when, A, he was either drinking, or B, when he was believing a lot of the lies about me that he was hearing and the rumors or the distortions. Oh, a Phil live stream works every time if you're having trouble sleeping. Are you saying Phil's boring? I think we all could be boring. My live streams are boring sometimes too. Oh, that's okay, Tabletop. I appreciate you trying anyway. I don't either, and that's the problem. We're trying to figure it out because he does have trouble sleeping, and blue light is known for that problem. Causing that problem. I'm wondering where my spoon went. I just had it. Did I drop it in there? Nope, it's right here. Put a little bit of spinach in there. That is so pretty. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to take a picture of that. That is picture-worthy stuff right there. It's going to be so good. Okay. I don't know what the flavor is, though. I'm going to have to taste it. Because I might need to season it. Your mom forces you to sleep. I gotcha. Yeah, it needs flavor. For sure. Tastes good, but it needs something. So, taco seasoning to the rescue. Just gonna dump some of that in there. Not the whole thing, just enough to flavor. Oh, that was almost the whole thing. Dumped a little bit more than I wanted to. I'll just dump it all in there. I could always buy more. Who is J Bear? I don't know who J Bear is. Gladys, fill me in. I don't know that Spoofer gave anybody cooties. Spoofer doesn't seem like the type that would have cooties. Who's J Bear? Still needs more seasoning. That's when we get to the salt, I think. I don't like using a lot of salt, but there are sometimes you need some salt. This would be one of them. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to get going. I don't know who J Bear is. That's a new name for me. Never heard of him. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the chat. Thank you for a lively conversation. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will talk to you soon. Hey, invite your mom to come and watch me. Maybe she'd enjoy it, tabletop. Thanks for stopping by. I usually don't tolerate a bunch of garbage in here, so you're probably pretty safe in my room these days. There's really not any kind of drama or craziness that ensues in here, because if it starts up, I'll block them. I don't tolerate it. I'm a Bible person, so I just don't go there. That's not my thing. All right. Have a great one, and have a good weekend, and Shabbat Shalom. Peace of the Sabbath to all of you, and I'll see you soon.